everybody, what's going on? I am Gregg Sussman, joined today by Tom Vecchio of FanDuel, here to look at tonight's NBA slate. What's going on, Tom?
I'm doing good. March Madness starts this week, but we have a few days, so let's jump into the NBA tonight.
We do have a few days, an extra day, in fact, given that the first round of the tournament begins Friday, first four, of course, on Thursday. But tonight, we have an NBA slate to get into. So let's talk about some of the value plays that are on that slate. And that brings us to the New York Knickerbockers, where their point guard situation is totally a mess. We don't know what Elfrid Payton's status is. We don't know what Terry Rose's status is. Emmanuel Quickley's status, well, that's clear. He's going to play. He's going to be effective, we think. He's under $5,000 tonight, making IQ an easy play on FanDuel.
Absolutely, taking on their crosstown rivals, the Brooklyn Nets tonight. We have a 222 over-under. More importantly, it's a big pace-up spot for the Knicks. They are dead last in the league when it comes to offensive pace. The Nets are sitting up at 8th. So good pace-up spot. We see Quickley being productive as a rookie, scoring 1.02 FanDuel points per minute. That's overall in the season. If we look to the time when he's on the court, when Julius Randle is off the court, that's jumped up to 1.10. The Nets are not playing a whole lot of defense this year. They're on 42.40 FanDuel points per game opposing point guards / shooting guards. That's the 7th worst in the league. So we have a solid production rate. We have a pace-up spot. We have a solid over-under. He's under $5,000. What else can't you like about Emmanuel Quickley tonight?
Totally agree with you, Tom. Pace-up spot for the New York Knicks and Emmanuel Quickley in a good spot to get a ton of minutes for New York. IQ at $4,600, well worth starting your lineups with on FanDuel tonight. Cody Zeller has been effective for the Hornets when he's been healthy. He's priced at $4,300 tonight in a good matchup here against the Sacramento Kings. Why is Zeller priced so cheaply this evening?
I don't know why he's only $4,300, but I absolutely love it. And as you said, he's been very productive for the Hornets. If we look at their current starting lineup, he actually holds the highest usage rate, sitting at 22.3%, and he's producing 1.17 FanDuel points per minute. Going up against the Kings tonight, a 239-point over-under is actually absolutely massive. It's the second highest on the slate. This is also a great matchup because the Kings are also not playing a whole lot of defense this year, allowing 56.02 FanDuel points per game of opposing centers. That's the 4th worst in the league. He's under $5,000, has one of the best matchups on the slate, has a great usage rate, and we see both teams at 12 and 13 in pace. So I am buying into this game environment very, very heavily tonight, and I love Zeller as a value play.
I think there's good reason to buy into this game environment here. Cody Zeller, underpriced, as I mentioned. When he's been healthy, he's been effective. He's been able to dominate the board and score quite a few points. Indiana may not be in the NCAA tournament, but Cody Zeller repping well tonight for us over on FanDuel at $4,300. One final player to get to tonight, and that's the Suns' Miquel Bridges. Bridges is $5,000 tonight for Phoenix in this matchup against the Memphis Grizzlies. He's the highest priced value play for you tonight here, Tom. What do you like about Miquel Bridges?
Absolutely love this matchup for the Grizzlies, specifically going to Bridges. The Grizzlies are dead last in the league when it comes to guarding small forwards this year, allowing 46.27 FanDuel points per game. We also see the Grizzlies allowing the 11th most made three-pointers from their opponents per game, staying at 13. Bridges is shooting 42% from downtown this season, which is up from his 36% from his career average. We also see a pace-up spot for the Suns, sitting their 28th in the league. The Grizzlies are staying at 10th. So if everyone's looking at Booker and Chris Paul and Ayton, all those are great options as well. I love Bridges at $5,000. His ability to hit the three ball this year. He can rack up some blocks and steals, really adding that point per minute production. And he's going up against the Grizzlies, who are worse in the league against small forwards. So again, another player that there's nothing you can't love.
Yeah, like you said, most people looking at DeAndre Ayton, looking to Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Miquel Bridges is obviously cheaper than all of them at $5,000 tonight. He's well worth putting in your lineup, and you are able to pay up these bigger stars that you can get in there over on FanDuel right now. That's going to do it for us here in the FanDuel Hurry Up. Tom, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Same to you. Talk to you in a little bit.
For sure. Tomorrow on the show, Davis Maddock will join us. But we're not talking about golf, even though I called Justin Thomas at 19-1 last week. Instead, we turn our attention to the madness. You'll hear the top 3 teams that Davis is betting on. One that makes sense, one that's kind of in the middle, and one long-range shot. You don't want to miss it tomorrow. For Tom Vecchio, I'm Gregg Sussman. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of the FanDuel Hurry Up.